Welcome back, new viewers and gamers. It is time for a new playthrough on the channel, and today, you read the title right here, it's Mega Man X7. Now, a few things about this game. It's no secret in the Mega Man community, this game sucks major ass. But in my opinion, this game is so bad it's good. So, without further ado, let us watch this intro and begin the way I think with this game. And once again, the intro is just a bunch of cutscenes throughout the game. I mean, the art style doesn't look that bad in this game, I'll give it that. Hey, who's this character? I wonder who this guy is. It's a new character, right? I mean, we know X and Zero, but who's that guy? This is going on for long enough. Let's just go. Mega Man X7. Alright, let's start a new game.
This is it. Ready to rock?
I'm always ready.
What the? You wait here.
Oh, Lauren, how you doing today? Been a bit since I played a Mega Man game on the channel.
I guess you've heard of Red Alert.
It's finally time indeed. Time for the game that's so bad it's good. Hard to believe that this old guy is that strong. It's a bust down a door.
I should be safe here. Somebody must have leaked the information. Huh? Who's there?
It's me, Alus.
It was the perfect plan. How did they find out?
You know, I also think this is the first time in a while that I've played a game on the channel that has voice acting in it. Very funny. Like actual voice acting, not just voice clips.
You're not very sharp, are you?
What the? You were the traitor?
Very sharp of you when you just shot him. Of course he's not. Is whatever that person was.
What happened?
Now this character right over here, I want you guys to pay attention to him for a bit. Yes, it is. I know. Sometime in the second century, 22nd century. Isn't? Oh yeah, never mind.
Thanks to the Reploid.
Thanks to the Reploids, even the most devastated regions were set back on the road to recovery. I don't think this part is voiced, is it? I can't tell. But crimes perpetrated by Mavericks, whatever that just said. The Maverick Hunters was the official organization that responded to the incidents involving Mavericks. What do you mean, was? One of the veteran members, X, began having second thoughts about the group's forceful methods. He removed himself from the front lines, and instead worked to achieve more peaceful solutions. Not gonna lie, after what happened in X6, I don't blame him for doing that. At the same time, though, you're a pansy, X.
I've had enough violence.
With the Maverick Hunters crippled by
And by the way, this is the game that started X's reputation of being a pacifist, and I slightly hate this game for that.
Red Alert, the illegal band of bounty hunters who pursued Mavericks, was born.
Oh, it is voice acted? Okay.
There was not a single
I was just talking over it, my bad.
heard of Red Alert and their charismatic leader, Red. One day, a young Reploid and key member of Red Alert made the decision to leave the group. This decision would change.
You gotta give him that, though. This guy's design is pretty cool.
Goodbye.
Same with this guy's design.
I'll become a hunter. On my own.
Also, tell me how these voice clips don't sound like they're reading it off of a page.
Began.
Ready?
Alright, ready. Here's our first gameplay loop. And we're playing as this guy. Who am I playing as? I don't know who this guy is. Anyways, how this guy works, if you hold... I forgot how this works. I think you're supposed to hold B, yeah. If you jump and hold B, you can glide in the air for a little bit. Plus, he has a nice little pistol that you can shoot with. First character in an X game that doesn't have a buster. Well, besides Zero, but we all know Zero has a buster he rarely uses. You must turn both security lasers off. You can switch the lock on with ZR. Yes, the stopping your motion in the game, or stopping the game's flow. What am I call it? I forgot what I was saying. What am I call it? Slowing down the pace of the game, that's what I was trying to say. Returns from X5 and X6, yep. Uh-oh. He'll have to take out the main security lasers. No shit, what the fuck have I been doing this whole time? Use hover, push, and hold B, as I mentioned before. I mean, this is just a tutorial level as always. That's all intro stages of Mega Man games have ever been. Ow. And how the hell am I supposed to hit that from all the way over there? I don't know. Alright, oh, my Joy-Con's moving on its own. Ah! Bombs! I want them, but I'm not your friend, man. Anyways. Is that a runner bomb? Press X and use A-Trans to steal its ability and render it harmless. Well, gee, thanks. One thing about the A-Trans ability, when Axel uses it if you press X when you're locked onto an enemy, or if you press Y while you're locked onto an enemy, right? I'm pressing X and nothing... Oh, wait, I'm supposed to charge it. That's right. Doesn't work like it does in X8. This thing does pitiful damage. Yeah, I might have to put this on rookie mode from time to time. I'll get to that eventually about how you get X. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on rookie mode from time to time, and you're gonna see me do this a lot throughout the game just for my own sanity. Alright, so the A-Trans there did at least a bit of damage, and now it allows the character over here to change into the NPC, or the enemy. It only works on certain enemies that have the same body type as our playable character over here. Too bad that isn't utilized too much in the level design. I mean, here it is since it's a tutorial stage, but still. And he very slowly attacks as well. Like, do you see this? It takes him like 6 frames to do that. Like, god damn. Bro, I could have made a freaking pumpkin pie in the amount of time it takes for this guy to throw this bomb. Like, good lord. And oh yeah, my A-Trans is almost gone too. Yeah, X5 and X6 at least have better movement. Alright, we just dodged the lasers over here. Also, by the way, this is also the first X game where the air dash is available from the start. No more having to wait till you get certain armor parts or techniques. But anyways, we'll get to that with the other characters later. This game does have a total of 3, technically 4 playable characters. And you'll see what I'm talking about later on. Also, you see me mashing with this pistol over here? Yeah, that's gonna get really annoying later on in the game, so be prepared to see that. I'm on rookie mode, let me kill this enemy, I'll take myself off rookie mode. And as usual, we can wall climb, only on certain surfaces. What does this person have to say? A Raideroid. Those creeps reflect my attacks. I guess that's Axel talking to himself, I don't know. Oh yeah, and this is the... I think, you know what this game was trying to do with the 3D segments? I think it was trying to be like the Mega Man Legends games. Those worked a lot better in 3D though. Mega Man X wasn't really made for that. You know what this reminds me of as well? The Boo Beam trap for Mega Man 2. I'm just realizing this now, actually. This enemy right over here is really annoying. I think it's just there to kind of teach the player about the lock-on mechanic, but it does a pretty sucky job at doing that. I must be doing something wrong here, because I never quite understood how you're supposed to handle this. I guess you're only supposed to hit them when it glows. Which is just so weird. Alright, there we go. Attack that one, you nitwit. Jesus. I can't even hit the ones at the top. This is so annoying. Man, you know things are bad when even the tutorial boss over here sucks. I mean, I guess it's cell-crafted on which one's gonna change color, I think. Yeah, right here. This one? Yeah, there we go. But that little red circle that shows up around it. Alright, now we can go through. Yes, now loading. Hey guys, look at where we're at. Doesn't this place look familiar? We're totally not nostalgia pandering. Nope, I'm sorry main character, but this is just the start of it. I love this line. Somebody, I'm gonna say this from now on, whenever bad things happen in a game. Somebody please tell me I'm through with the worst of it. Best line in the entire game. I don't care. They do have very clunky movement. Hey, it's our boy Zero!
I can't believe I'm back here.
Also, listen to Zero's voice.
What the heck has happened?
That sounds like he's trying to do a Batman impression. Easily Zero's worst voice. Yeah, I prefer his X4 voice over this voice. That's a running theme in this game. This game has some pretty sucky voice acting. Like, you thought X4's voice acting was worse? Oh boy, this game's gonna make X4 look like the Dark Knight Rising, man. I'm telling you. Anyways, we're playing as Zero. And unlike X3, well, not counting his playstyle in X3, unlike X4, 5, and X6, this game, his sword slashes are kinda slowish, at least compared to how fast they were in the PS1 games. He also has a dash attack now, which I guess is okay. He can double jump by default though, which is pretty cool, and as I mentioned, he can air dash by default. His textures look okay too, I think, and his beam saber looks okay too. Otherwise, his sword of play is significantly downgraded compared to how it was in the last few games, which is very sad, honestly. Oh yeah, we'll get to that eventually, don't you worry. Alright, and Beeblader. Haven't you guys understood what this place is yet? Well, I'll tell you in case you haven't figured it out. This is Central Highway from X1. Yeah, that's right, they tried to nostalgia pander you. This game is so bad, they tried to use nostalgia pandering. Because we all knew how cool Central Highway from X1 was. But now they decided to bring it back. Boy, I thought Pokemon was the only franchise capable of doing all this nostalgia pandering. Nope. Alright, and once again, it has the same tutorial thing from X1, where they teach you about the wall climbing, or I guess now you can just walk over it. I forgot about that. You can still wall climb like you just saw me do there, but yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. And I'm already at half HP. Nice. Boy, isn't this getting fun yet? I'm just standing here slicing at things way taller than me. Oh boy, I must have Zero played in the previous games. Hey, another Beeblader. Oh boy. You can't hit me when I'm under you, dude. Also, might I say, these Beeblader motherfuckers are just lame, even back in X1. Oh, there we go. There's that little tutorial section I was talking about from... Never mind. Forget what I just said. Alright, now here comes another 3D segment. This game has a lot of these. You get used to it. Or don't. I don't know. Ow. Just skip them. We don't care. Hey, a Beeblader, but this time in 3D! I don't even need 3D glasses for it. This game is so kind. Oh, the ride armors have been terrible since, like, X5. Like, I swear, X1 I think was the one time, and maybe X4 was the one time the ride armors are actually pretty decent, I'd say. And I guess the ones in X8 are okay, too. But that's a discussion for another day. With that one, gee, thanks. Spawn right there and shoot me as I'm jumping. Cool. Awesome. Another 2D segment. Alright, and this is very similar to that one segment from X2, I believe, where they teach you how to wall jump even more. Alright, here comes a cutscene.
Out of the way! Out of the way!
Huh? Wait a second.
Are you stupid?
Man, don't call Zero stupid, how rude.
Down there? Get a move on!
The music in this game is very good, and we'll talk about that later on.
Connected to this incident.
Incident? What are you talking about? Oh, here it comes. So I'll be seeing ya.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'd like to know too, Zero. What's going... Ow. Gee, thanks, game. Don't give me a chance to move. God damn. But here we are with the Mega Scorpion. And we'll see a boss very similar to this in the next game. But, again, discussion for another day. Zero can reflect shots back, too. So I think this is supposed to be a tutorial for that. I guess that's one thing he kind of has over his X4, 5, and 6 iteration. You couldn't do that in those previous games.
Okay, I'll tell you everything, but later. Right now, I have to take care of that freak. You're Zero, so you can handle this, right? I'm Axel. Call me if you need.
Alright, that's this guy's name. If you're wondering, his name is Axel. Pretty cool name, in my opinion. And this is to teach you the party change mechanic.
Become a real pain.
I want a full explanation when this is all over.
This is the first game where... I mean, this isn't the first X game where there are multiple playable characters. X4 is the game that started that. But this is the game that allowed you to switch in between at least 2 party members. And they also have separate HP pools as well. I'd say that's one good thing this game introduces. Because later on, X8 will do the same thing, but executed much better, I'd argue. And one other thing Axel can do, he can even shoot off walls like this. However, he doesn't cling to it like he does in X8. This boss fight does return an X-Dive as well. But we're not talking about X-Dive right now. And there's one thing I want you to notice with Axel's design. But when we get a closer look at his face, we can talk about it. Do y'all remember back in my X6 playthrough I made over a year ago at the time of me recording this video? That I mentioned, notice how most of the Mavericks in that game have a jewel on their head and a jewel on their chest? Well, look at Axel's design. He also has the same thing. There's a fan theory in the Mega Man X community that Axel is made by Gate from X6. And that's part of the theory that states that. As well, in one of the endings in X6, they stated how they wanted to make new Reploids that were immune to the Maverick virus, which Axel happens to be, and we'll see that later on in the game. So those are theories that he's made by Gate, but there's also theories that he's made by Dr. Cossack from the Classic series. That's just a fan theory, though. We'll get to that in a second.
I'm not gonna run off. So could you take this thing off? It makes me feel like a criminal.
Me at every job I've ever been at, I feel like a criminal, too. Also, your legs aren't chained, man. You can run away.
Okay. Maybe what I did was wrong, but like we were a perfect team, don't you?
I hate to be that guy, Axel, but X and Zero are a good team, not you. At least in this game.
We would make a great combo. So, where's X been lately? I haven't seen him around.
Sit tight. He's just beyond this door.
Yeah, we'll talk about X not being playable at this part of the game later on. You can unlock him, but the unlock method for it is kinda stupid. Alright, there's our boy right there.
Here he is.
Nice work, Zero.
So, you're the one who caused all this trouble.
I guess so. I had no idea they'd send that kind of gear after us.
Here? Who's after you?
I left Red Alert. Believe it or not, I'm a hunter.
Red Alert? You mean that gang of wannabe vigilantes?
Do you realize how much damage your internal bickering has caused?
I apologize.
Also, fun fact about X's voice in this game, he has the same voice actor as Gray from Mega Man ZX Advent.
Result, that's the way
Just wanted to point that out. In that game, though, that voice is better than the one we have here.
Any idea?
Cool it. Alright, Axel. Why don't you start by telling us why...
And another fun fact about this game, Mega Man X7 actually came out the same day Mega Man 02 came out. And Mega Man 02 is infamous for being one of the most rushed Mega Man games, up there with Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 7, and Mega Man Star Force 2.
used to only attack the bad guys.
And yet that game is way better than this.
I couldn't take it.
They're going to come for Axel, no doubt.
This is our chance. Red Alert has caused us far too much trouble.
How can you say that? If we fight, we'll fall right into their hands. We can't allow this madness to continue.
I know what you mean, X. But we can't talk them out of this.
I mean, he is playable, just not from the start.
That's quite enough. You need to back off and dues for your crimes. Aelia, what happened?
Hey, it's Aelia with her not-so-good design. Don't worry, your design gets better later on. We'll see it. Not in this game, but we'll see it.
You getting this, Hunters? I'm Red, leader of your friends here.
So you're the Vile of this game, I see.
I never imagined our little friend would
Too bad, I kind of like Red's design.
but in any case,
Also wish he would have been playable in an X-Dive, but that never happened.
now don't you worry. I know he won't come back easily. So how about this? Like you, we're hunters. We've trashed our share of Mavericks. So how about a duel? A duel to determine who the real Maverick Hunters are. I'm sure you won't mind if we use the Mavericks that we've captured so far. So the last one standing wins. If we lose, we'll surrender Axel to you. And if we win, well, we'll leave that to your imagination.
You've got to be kidding. Axel has nothing to do with us. We won't fight the likes of you for his sake.
Well, pretty big talker for a retiree. We could care less about deadbeats like you. We just want Axel. He is there, isn't he? Now, you just sit tight, my boy.
They're already on the move. Mavericks are showing up across the map. I'll check for damage.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
Well, this is turning into a real mess.
X, you said I need to pay my dues, right? So make me a Maverick Hunter. Me and Zero.
Again, I'm sorry. That'd have to be that guy, but it's X and Zero who make a good team, thank you. Again, at least in this game.
You mad? You have no business as a hunter.
I'm serious. It would be a perfect chance to make up for my wrongdoing.
If you had just gone back, the problem would have been solved. But I can see that won't be happening.
Right. These aren't run-of-the-mill criminals. They won't listen to reason. And even if Axel did go back, which he won't, would they stop their misdeeds? I don't think so.
Zero, you're my hero. Hey, I knew you'd understand. I always thought you and X were so cool. I want to fight. I want to be a Maverick Hunter.
Not just anybody can become a hunter, kid.
We're not getting anywhere with this. I'm ready to go.
No, wait.
I'm going by myself. As for you, you can do as you please.
Yeah. X, if I catch all the bounty hunters, you've got to promise me you'll let me be a Maverick Hunter.
Talk is cheap. Prove it to me first.
Yeah, he told you to prove it, Axel. Prove it that you could be a Maverick Hunter.
This.
Okay.
I guess this is A-Trans? I don't know what the hell that was that he threw at him. These cutscenes do go on for a bit, though.
Conflict has begun.
X, don't overthink this. This time our only choice is to fight.
What do you mean this time our only choice is to fight? That was the case the last 6, 7, 8 times, dude.
Time and time again.
You smoking something, Cygnus? I wanna know what you're smoking.
It's a cursed cycle of aggression.
Yes, because back in the first game, we could have just talked it out peacefully with Sigma. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, that was the intro stage. That was a long 24 minutes. Anyways, let's save. And this saving procedure is very tedious, let's just say. It asks you over and over again if you really want to save. Like right here, you say yes. And then you go through a loading screen. I already have a bunch of old save files on here from high school. Alright, and then it tells you press A to proceed with the saving, or press B, and then you go back to the results screen. And then you select a stage. Go to stage select, yes. Why the fuck else did I click that, Aelia, huh? Alright, and here we are, now we're at the stages. This is a pretty good stage select theme. Deep Forest, where detected energy Oh, we're detecting energy from deep within the Lost Woods. Find it. Air Forces. Not Air Force from X4. Air Forces! Totally different. A mysterious ship has been spotted, 5 miles into the air. Destroy it now. Don't destroy it later, destroy it now. Cyberfield. A virus has escaped through a crack in the electrosphere. Destroy it. Central Circuit. Circuit. I can't read. Use the Ride Chaser to find and destroy the time bombs in the circuit. This is by far the worst stage in the game, but we'll get to that another day. Lava Factory. The Lava Energy Factory suffered an attack. Recapture it from the enemy. Tunnel Base. The Special Defense Base has been taken. Use the Ride Armor and retake it. Radio Tower. Take back the Central Radio Tower. That's all you had to say about that? Okay. And finally, Battleship. A menacing fortress that commands the seas. Destroy it to halt its advances. Alright, and that's our stage select. Now, I'm gonna, as usual... Oh, never mind, hold on, Alia's interrupting me. Red Alert has selected these 8 stages as the location for the duel. Select an area with any of those, and press A to go. Oh, the rating system sucks too. Use R for rescue files or L for options. Alright, and we'll go over each and every one of the Mavericks here. Oh yeah, my Joy-Con's being a dick. Anyways, we started with Soldier Stone Kong, right? That's that. We have Soldier Stone Kong, Wind Kororang, Snipe Anti-Tor, not Anti-Dur, Anti-Tor. Totally different. Ride Boriski, everyone's favorite Maverick, Flame Ironheart. Anyways, Vanishing Gungaroo, which I think he's pretty cool, actually. Tornado Tanyan. Guys, I got a serious question. What the fuck's a Tanyan? Anyways, and Splash Warfly, who totally doesn't sound like Frieza. Anyways, now before we go on to the stage, I'm gonna start off with Vanishing Gungaroo stage first. But before we go on to that, remember I was talking about Axel earlier in the episode? How there's theories that he might have been created by Dr. Cossack? That theory's kind of stupid. I prefer the theory about him being made by Gate. Dr. Cossack, it would be pretty cool if the 3 Maverick Hunters we have in this game and later on in X8 were of the 3 original classic series Doctors. Since X was made by Dr. Light, Zero was made by Dr. Wily, and Axel being made by Dr. Cossack would be pretty freaking cool. The problem with that being, how the fuck would Dr. Cossack know about the Maverick virus a whole century later? Since this game takes place a whole 100 years or more after the events of the classic series, and specifically Mega Man 4, the game Dr. Cossack debuted in. Doesn't make any sense, right? So that way, that and his design similarities to the X6 Mavericks, I think is what gives a plausibility that Axel was made by Gate. And we'll also talk about this more when we do the X8 playthrough later on. But anyways, our only playable characters right now are Axel and Zero. Alright, choose your team. I want you to work in teams of 2 from now on. To stay with your current team, select OK and press A like we have any other options, Alia. To disband your team and form a new one, use this to select something other than OK. Alright, fine. And that's how that works. To form a team, highlight the main character with the controls and select with A. No shit, what the fuck else was I gonna do? Next, choose a sub-character, highlight OK, and select with A. Fuck's sake, yes, I'm gonna select myself, Alia, sure. Anyways. Like I mentioned earlier in the game, there are technically 4 playable characters. One of which being X, but another is another version of X. But we'll get to that another time. Let's start with Vanishing Gungaroo's stage. Just too bad, I kinda like his boss fight actually, and we'll talk about that later on.
Ready?
Ready. Here goes nothing! Can you hear me, Axel? Yeah, you're gonna hear that a lot from Alia throughout the game. Looks like an underground weapon factory. Ride armor is available in certain locations. If you find one ride armor, jump to get inside. Use the L's to eject in emergencies. Alright, fine. Alright, as I mentioned before, Axel's kind of a button masher. We can use the A-Trans as well to get these guys copy data. These are the same bomb enemies we dealt with during the intro stage. Don't be fooled though, the A-Trans shot is very underpowered in this game. Alright, now we can get into the ride armor. I think if we're transformed, we can't actually get into this thing, so I guess I just gotta wait till, whatchamacallit, till the A-Trans runs out, which thankfully it runs out pretty quickly. We'll get to that momentarily, don't worry. Ah, my god. I took a lot of damage. Anyways, now let's get into the right armor we've been so gracefully provided. Alright, this right armor in particular, I guess, is fine. I mean, it's pretty tanky. This gun is literally the same thing as playing with Axel, just with a bigger hitbox, and you can't float. Not like you need to when you have a hitbox of this size. And you take that much damage despite how big of a freaking hitbox you have. Alright, okay. I'm gonna pause the game for a second. You saw that just now, right? Well, that was a Reploid. You all remember rescuing Reploids back in X5 and X6, right? Ho! In X5 it was alright, I guess. But in X6, anytime any of the Nightmare viruses got them, that Maverick would just die. Or that, Reploid would die. Now, if you thought trying to get Reploids in this game was bad, or in X6 was bad, you haven't seen anything yet in this game. Let me explain. I'm about to go on a slight tangent here. In X6, y'all remember how the Nightmare viruses can instantly kill them? Well, guess what happens in this game? Literally every single goddamn attack will kill a Reploid in this game. Fun game design, right? That's not all. You remember how back in X6 that certain Reploids will have special abilities that can only be locked into those said Reploids and you can't get them back once the Reploid's dead? Yeah, that happens in this game too. And just like in X6, you do not know which Reploids have said, said special item. You don't know! So better get every single Reploid the second they show up on screen, or fuck you if they happen to have a part that you can't get anymore. Giant middle finger from the game. Awesome game design. It's so bad I have to laugh, honestly. Anyways, let's keep going. God, Jesus. Like, how in the motherfucker are you supposed to know they have that? Nope, you're just supposed to guess. And unlike at X5 and X6, they don't give you extra lives and they don't heal you fully either. So good luck with that. Also, I'm taking a fuck ton of damage. I'm gonna put this in rookie mode. At least this door thing is much easier than the one in the tutorial stage. Oh, there's a Reploid. Gotta get him. Alright, I've saved him. Also, you know what's funny? Just like in X6, the Reploids have names, which is kind of funny. I'm just gonna blast through this, because why should I care? The red armor will become dead if it takes too much damage, too. It's only a lot more noticeable in this game than it was in previous games. Oh, now's the first half of this stage, everybody. Here's the next part.
Ready? Can you hear me, Axel?
Alright, at least these guys are immune to acid, so that's pretty cool. Just like lava in any other lava-based level in a Mega Man game. At least this wall is easy to destroy as well. Oh no, Michael. Gotta save Michael. Michael saved. And how the hell is he... Al. This guy's name is Al. Oh my god. The names you find are gonna be so funny. Alright, I can jump. Alright, I forgot that I could. No, I can't jump high enough to get on here for some reason. Also, these are the same turtle enemies from X1 as well. That's the thing this game does a lot. It'll bring back a lot of enemies from X1. Again, more nostalgia pandering. For what? Because your game is so bad, you have to frickin' nostalgia pander to one of the better games in the franchise. And for what? Alright, this room literally leads to nothing. I don't get why that's in here. Yes, seriously, it's even worse than an X6. For what? It makes no sense. I guess for artificial challenge or something? I don't know. And the Reploids are also very important for something else later in the game, but we'll discuss that later on. Just for now, let's rescue every Reploid we see, if we can. This guy's name is Ken. Hey, Ken Amato from Persona 3, I didn't know you were here. Or Ken from Street Fighter, I didn't know you were here. Anyways. Oh, another one of these walls. Oh, so we can change the camera angle, I guess. And I am shooting literally none of them, despite me literally aiming at these things. Awesome. Awesome. I love this game. Oh my god. I mean, I'm the one who said this game is so bad it's good, so here we are. Alright, now I can destroy them. What the frick? Oh yeah, Reploid. I didn't know that's what affected that, huh? Thanks for telling me. Either that or these walls just respawn. I think I'm just going in the same circle. Alright, fuck it. Time to get out. Get out, Axel. Get the oh my god. Uh-oh. Get up, get up, get up. No, I don't want to do that. Fuck. I think I'm in an endless loop. Good game design, by the way. I love this game design. This is great. Anyways, let me go through here. I can climb these walls, but they don't lead to anything. Great. Good thing I'm on rookie mode, or else I'd be screwed. Ow. Alright, let's use... Fuck. Get me up. Okay. Let's use Axel's trademark ability to glide. Totally not used by another character later in the game. Let's save Jules over here. Terrible design indeed. Oh my god. Can you hear me, Axel? Yes, I can hear you, Aelia. We're picking up a strong energy source below you. You don't want to fall down there without ride armor protection. Be careful. Oh, I don't really have much of a choice, Aelia. I'm sorry. Wherever the hell I'm supposed to go, I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. Alright, I genuinely don't know where I'm supposed to go now. We're lost. Yay. Well, time to keep going until we find something. You know what? I think you're right. And that's coming from me. Probably the #1 hater of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. At least Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee has some decent game design. And again, a funny thing is, a lot of these enemies respawn, so I can't tell. Oh wait, there's another ride armor. Let's use this one. This one's a little different. It's a little better than the one we were just using. It has a drill hand instead. And it's quadruped. It's got an aerial attack. It looks so funny, but at the same time, it's actually kind of useful. Yeah, look at me. I'm a decu in the schnaz. And has a dash, as always. This ride armor isn't so bad. This is one of the better ones, I'd argue. Alright, I guess I can go in here now, or is this where I started? Oh yeah, that's what they mean. I couldn't go through there without ride armor protection. See, look at that. The game design is so off, you need a ride armor to progress. Why? I should be able to go through it with or without one. Alright, where is that part that Aelia told me I needed protection for? Don't take that out of context. Thank you. Let me in. Let me in. Yeah, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do or where I'm supposed to go next. Yeah, yes you will. Specifically in this stage. I wouldn't say that. I'd still play this over BDSP personally. At least this game isn't that glitchy. I'll give it that. Maybe for you. But I don't blame you for thinking. There we go. That's where I was supposed to go. Gee, game, would it have killed you to like point me into that direction? You know? Whatever.
Ready?
Alright, here's the fourth part. Oliver, we gotta save him. I think there's another Reploid over here. No, just this guy. A Spider-Man. That's who's here. Alright, now we can go through this door. Oh, we gotta save Lee. Alright, he's saved. And again, like I mentioned, get as many Reploids as you possibly can. It's gonna pay off later on. And you'll see why. And again, you know what else I just brought up? X isn't playable at this point in the game. If X isn't playable, why the fuck is this game called Mega Man X? That's like a Mario game where Mario isn't playable. Like, it's called, like, take Luigi's Mansion, for example. It's called Luigi's Mansion. That makes sense why Mario wouldn't be playable in that. But imagine if it was called Mario's Mansion and Mario wasn't playable. That's kind of what it's like. It's so weird. It's also like a Pokemon game without Pikachu or a Monster Hunter game without Rathalos. It just feels wrong. This game is a Mega Man X game without X! Through most of it. Alright, here's the part of this stage That is also kind of sucky. It's an enemy gauntlet. I'm going to get out of the ride armor for a second. The reason being, there's a certain collectible... For fuck's sake. Let me put this over here. The reason being is there's a certain collectible up here I want to show you guys. You all remember the heart tanks from the first 6 games? Well, it makes its grand return in this game as well. Albeit it's a little different, and you'll see why. Alright, just shoot this guy in the face. I mean, I guess that... Well, I'll give it that. BDSP does have pretty decent movement. It feels kind of good to run in that game, actually. We'll come to that in a later playthrough, but for now, let's get through this game first. Alright, we'll save... Alwyn? How do you pronounce your name? What? Jesus Christ, I don't think I've ever seen a name that unpronounceable in my life. Oh, here's the energy tank. You heard any sounds from that? Don't worry, you'll be able to hear that same sound again when we get to the heart tank. But at least we got a sub-tank, so that's pretty cool. Completely forgot about that, actually. There's Eric. You know, I had a manager in the past whose name was Eric. He sucked. Anyways. Alright, there's the heart tank. Y'all ready to hear the most riveting fanfare you've ever heard in your life? Y'all ready? Ready? I don't think you're ready for this. This is a really good sound. Here we go. Heard that? You heard that very closely? What's that? You didn't hear any fanfare? You're right, you didn't hear a fanfare. This game is so fucking rushed that they didn't even bother giving you a fanfare for when you get either the heart tanks or the sub-tanks. Why? So now you don't even know if you actually got the damn thing or not, and that'll become prevalent in later stages in the game. I mean, it increases your health, yes, but still. And you have to share that heart tank with not 1, not 2, but 3 characters in this game. We'll get to who that third playable character is later on. And yeah. Back in X5 and X6, you only had to divide that between 2 characters. Okay, 4 heart tanks per character. That doesn't sound so bad. You gotta do it with 3 characters now. Awesome. Very. Anyways. Let's just find where I left my ride armor. If not, we can get that other one. Alright, there it is. Jump on in. And now let's just beat up all the enemies here. And again, you think this game is rife with bad game design decisions? Oh, we're just getting started. You thought all the crap I went through so far was bad? You haven't seen shit yet.
Can you hear me, Axel?
Yes, Alia, I can hear you. Honestly, hot take, but I kind of like Alia's voice in this game. It's obviously not as good as her voice in X8, but it's alright. It could have been way worse, I'd argue. For a game with such horrid voice acting, that voice is okay, in my opinion. Anyways, where are those robot guys I was trying to fight before? They're somewhere around here, I don't know where.
Can you hear me, Axel?
Nah, at least this game isn't glitchy. And it looks better than X6, I'd argue. At least X6, I'd argue, has a better story. And that's the thing with this game's story as well. Instead of, oh no, Mavericks are terrorizing things and Sigma's back, instead we're essentially doing a gang war. It makes things seem a little childish, a little less dark than previous X games, and even later X games. Forgot to mention that earlier. Where are those robots? I didn't just softlock myself, did I? Alright, let's get into here. Look at me, I'm a Gundam. Oh, there they are. Now they're back. I guess the game just really wanted me to fight them in this armor. For whatever reason. I don't know why. So, we just gotta keep killing these guys over and over again until we get tired of it. Also, you can hold the attack button. You don't have to, whatchamacallit, button mash it. Unlike with Axel. And the funniest part is, you can't tell if you've killed all these guys or not until the game decides to, I guess. The Navi's voice? Okay, if you say so. Alright, actually, never mind. The game lets you know. I'm just stupid. There's 4 targets remaining. 3 targets remaining. Oh boy, I'm outnumbered by these weird armor guys. Whatever will I do? And down you go. Alright, here comes the boss fight. There's a special thing about these boss fights, actually, but I'll talk about them later. Right now, you gotta hear this riveting voice acting.
How do you figure, Axel? Who'd have thought I'd turn out stronger than you?
You know, I said that line to a friend of mine once. He didn't like it.
Kid you used to know. But you're acting like a kid right now. Don't call me a kid. I ain't that no more. If you keep misbehaving, you won't get your snack.
Also, have you heard Vanishing Gunguru's voice? It sounds very similar to Axel. Oh wait, they have the same voice actress in this game. Just wanted to mention that. And here we have Vanishing Gunguru. I kind of like this boss fight, actually. I'm going to take myself off rookie mode to showcase it off. Alright, you can shoot him like that, he'll jump around in his right armor. There's actually two phases to this fight. You also have your own right armor, too. I'd argue, I think you should weaken him first before going into the right armor. And you'll see what I mean later on. At least the story in Sonic 06 has some interesting points, so I'll give it that. Alright, and here's his main weapon. It's straight up called Explosion. Creative naming. I know I often go on about how Pokemon and Tales of have an attack called Explosion as well, but at least in those games it's cool. Not here, and you'll see why later on. Alright, these attacks are pretty well telecrafted. Like, not all things in X7 are bad in my opinion. Some of the boss fights are decent, and here's one of them. And remember what I said at having two phases? We'll get to that momentarily. We just gotta destroy his right armor first. Also, wait, I forgot to mention. Have y'all been listening to the boss fight in this theme as well? The boss fight theme? Actually, one of my favorite boss themes in one of my favorite boss themes in the entire Mega Man X series. It's not as good as the one from X1, or especially not as good as the one from X4. It's not even as good as the one from X8 in my opinion, but this one is probably my fourth favorite Mega Man X boss theme. I really like it. And a lot of people say this song is bad, it's great. I don't know what people's problem is, I like this song. So let me shut up for a second while you guys listen to it. Oh yeah, for one thing I forgot to mention about Axel, if you dash twice, if you press the dash button twice, he'll actually do this little dodge roll that gives him iframes. I forgot to mention that. You can also shoot while you're doing this too, which is weird, but hey, it's useful. Kind of makes him a little different from both Zero and a certain little purple character. Anyways, here's the second phase. And now he has way more HP. His attacks are also much faster. And he has a little attack called Triangle Foot. Yeah, right there, he just used it. You really just gotta keep dodging, honestly. It's the best way to handle this fight, I'd argue. You'll dodge a lot of your attacks, so you do have to be careful. That's another— oh my god, did you see how much damage you just did? This guy hits like a freight train! You gotta really be careful. However, if you have his weakness— y'all remember from my X1 playthrough where, when I was fighting Spark Mandrill. I mentioned how he kind of gets stun locked if you use Shotgun Ice against him. The same thing happens here with Vanishing Gunguru if you have his weakness. But since we don't have his weakness, we can't do that right now. You can also use Zero in this fight as well if you can damage things, but otherwise. Yeah, now it's time to go into rookie mode. Because, frankly, I don't feel like redoing this fight, though I kind of like this boss fight at the same time. I just don't want to go through that stage again. Now let's go into the right armor. However, we are a bigger target, so you do gotta be careful. I still like the boss theme. It doesn't really get you hyped, I guess. I guess you're right about that part. But it's got a lot of good melodies in it. I still prefer X1, X8, and especially X4's boss theme. Uh-oh, he's angry. If you hate it, you hate it. Nothing wrong with that. I like it a bit more than most people do, I'd argue. And that's pretty much it. He just tries to box you in the face and kick you. That's pretty much it in the second phase. And again, later on in the game when we get to the boss graveyard, we'll talk about the Spark Mandrill syndrome he has. Oh my god, it's kind of hard to hit him too, especially with the lock-on mechanic. And that's another thing people have a problem with in this game. The little lock-on mechanic. It's a Mega Man game. Like, the whole point of Mega Man games, at least when you're fighting with ranged characters like X or Classic Series Mega Man, you're supposed to line up your shots, which the Legend series does better than this. But here, the lock-on mechanic kind of does that for you, kind of making it pointless to have to line up your shots. On one hand, it does make the gameplay slightly easier in my opinion, on the other hand, what the hell's the point? But whatever. And that was Vinch and Gunguru. That fight was decent, but sucked still. Not as bad as later fights in the game. What's it called? Handongeki. While standing, press X. And for Axel and a later playable character, the attack is called Explosion, as I mentioned earlier. Shoots an intense crescent-shaped wave from your saber. And one thing, if X gets different weapons, Zero gets different techniques, Axel will get different guns, which is actually pretty interesting. Too bad they're literally the same as a certain later playable character. But yeah, I'll explain how Hunter ranks is determined, so listen carefully. Rank is determined by factors such as number of rescued Reploids, total damage, and defeated enemies. Become a world-class hunter. I don't think that... I've never seen that happen, but whatever. Oh my god, he's a B-class hunter, nothing more. Alright, here's the rescue list. I'll now display rescued Reploids data. Rescues should be as a high priority. Oh, you're right about that, Alia. As you can get ship items. Alright, who have we saved? Eric, Graham, Dan, Ken, Jules, Al, Walter, Michael, Oliver, Lee, Keith, I can't say that name, Gordon. Hey, Gordon Ramsay, I didn't know I just rescued you. Same with Michael Jordan. And Al Bundy. Let me stop. I'm having too much fun with that. When you rescue Reploids, they'll give you... Give me a second, I'm sorry, I'm laughing again. Valuable chip items. Use chip items to power up abilities, but choose wisely. First, scroll to the character you wish to give the chip to, with the controls, and select A. Alright, I'm gonna give this a 0 because screw powering up Axel, and you'll see why later in the game. Alright, press up or down to select an ability to increase, and press A to power up. Alright, I'm gonna increase my power. You know what they say, the best offense is the best defense. Is this ability power-up distribution okay? Yes. Mind you, can only do this 8 times per playthrough, outside of New Game Plus. Anyways, time to save. Save your current data? Yes, god damn, you don't have to ask me every time. Anyways, time to save because you know what they say, it's good to keep a record. And now I'm gonna go back to the results screen. Because I don't know how this shit works, Alia, you gotta show me. Stage select. Do you want to go back to... Oh my god, yes I do. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Oh, cutscene.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you. This is the reason I ran away from Red Alert. Because I can copy the shape and...
I'm sorry, I thought you needed to shoot things with your A-trans first before you could do that, Axel.
It's far from perfect.
Whatever, he does do that again later on in Command Mission.
I can only copy the form of Reploids my own size. For the rest, it's only possible to copy their abilities.
Where did you learn?
That is how the A-trans works. If he tries to copy somebody like Frost Walrus or Rainy Turtleid, it wouldn't work. However, if you tried to copy the parts of, say, Vile or Gate, it would work, since they have very similar battle or body types to him.
Don't know. I don't remember. Red found me, and I've been defeating enemies ever since.
Thank you for your safety checks as well. Alright. And I think that should be it for this episode of X7. In the next episode, we're going to go in weakness order, and we're going to go after Soldier Stone Kong in the Deep Forest. And like I forgot to mention, one thing I'm going to mention real quick before we go out with the outro. Each boss has different interactions except for one with the 3 different playable characters. At the end of this playthrough, I'm going to leave a video link in the description and below of the finale, so y'all can watch that. Because I'm not going to be able to go through all of them in this playthrough. We're only going to be able to do that with set characters against set bosses, so just wanted to mention that. Anyways, if y'all enjoyed this and you want to see more, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Hit one of the videos on screen now on YouTube, that bell button for more. I'm going to give a special thank you to Aaron for joining me once again for this wonderful video. As well, this video is sponsored by the wonderful peeps at W. Just hit the link in the description below, use the code provided to get a wonderful discount on your wonderful drink order. Recommend the Dragon flavor. What did you like and dislike about this awful game? Let us know in the comments below. As well, consider answering the question of the day. What is your least favorite Mega Man game to play and why? Let us know. And consider becoming a YouTube member and a subscriber for $3 a month and $6 a month respectively, for things such as my Pokemon and Surges playthrough. Anyways, let us end this off with a quick raid. And who shall we raid today? Maybe somebody playing X7 as well. Give them a good raid. A little attention, too. Yeah, nobody else is playing X7, honestly understandable. Besides myself, of course, but yeah. Alright, instead we'll just raid somebody we've... Actually, anybody playing Mario and Luigi Brothership? At the time we recording this video, I did just get done with that playthrough. Wrath? Alright, we'll raid him then. If that's who you desire. Yeah, Wrath, man. He's playing Pokemon Coliseum. Send your unwavering love and support. I don't think I've raided this guy before, actually. Speaking of which, I should go play some Pokemon Coliseum. Alright, thank you all for watching. Have a berrific day.